Okay, how are you? I'm Bruce Schoenberg. I'm the owner of Oasis Day Spas in New York City here, and I am happy to contribute some tips that we use in our email marketing campaigns. Obviously, email has become the #1 way to reach customers, even outstripping print, broadcast media, direct mail. I mean, this is direct mail, but not direct mail in your mailbox. And one of the things that is most important, at least for us, when we're starting to put together our email newsletters, and I caution you, it's critical that you make sure that when you send something, it's of quality. I get so many emails on a daily basis, myself personally over 200, that when I get garbage in, it just exasperates me. And so it's so critical that when you send something to someone, that you don't end up being in their spam folder. They designate it as a spam email. Once I get something that's crap, I am certainly not going to open up the next thing. So when we send out our emails, we spend a lot of time making sure that we send something of value. And that way it will inspire people to open it knowing that they are going to be getting something worthwhile. So we only send our emails 2 to 3 times a month, and usually when it's that third time, it's because there is a specific holiday or special offer that we know that our readership, our email list, will be interested in. So even during Christmas, when that is as a retail business, most important time of the year, we have certain email lists that people can opt into that they can get on a daily basis. If you remember, Daily Candy was a very big, popular site and still is. The Groupons send it out every day. Those are something that people want every day because they want to see whatever the offer is. But coming from a specific business like ours that's service-oriented, we have to be critically careful of what we send. So we will have separate email lists within a list, like we do a 25 days of Christmas promotion, in which we'll send an email every day for 25 days in December with a new offer. But if you're going to send an email to people, make sure that it has value. And what's more, it's critical to get them to open it up, just like an ad in a magazine. You've got 1 second to catch people's attention. Make sure that the header, which is whatever the email is about, the subject matter, is something that's going to grab their attention. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it compelling, so that they'll say, what is this? The other big tip that I can give you within your email is that you want the reader of your email, the person that already is your fan, to make sure that you incentivize them to pass it on to somebody else that may not be on your email list. Because the email list, like any list, the larger it grows, the more valuable it is to you, not only as a selling tool of whatever your product or service is, but it becomes something that you could then turn around to people that you work with and say, I have this list of value that you're going to want to somehow reach my customer base with. So Oasis Day Spa, which has a list of 100,000 people, and I remember when we hit that number, it was a big deal. But exponentially, the list keeps growing more and more, because the more people that we have, the more we incentivize our current list to get new people on the list. Then that helps us grow the list to a size that becomes formidable in terms of getting out a message on either a service, one of our partners' services or products. So that is critical, that you make sure that the subject line is compelling, so that when people open it up, when people look at your email, there's something of value in there. Don't send an email just to stay in front of them. Make sure that when you do send it, it has something that they want. Another important part of what we do in our emails is to find out who is reading our email. So when we send one out, we may have 3 different subject lines, and we then work with a company called Constant Contact, and we're able to get the metrics on what was opened, what people were interested in, what they didn't open, and we can then also, within that, tag information that we want to know. How old the person was. We can put a little mini survey inside where we again incentivize people to tell us why they opened it up. We'll do that once a month. We'll send out an email with certain offers in it or certain announcements and things, and we ask people for feedback. If they give us the feedback, that helps us to be able to create the future emails. And so that is something very important to you, to be able to take a look at the math and take a look at the information that you're provided by the reader of your email. Now, Oasis has what they call an open rate, meaning how many people open up the email, of about 24%, which you would say, well, only 1 out of 4 are opening up. That's way above the average email, which is about 7%. Now, our goal then is to go from 24% really to 25%. One percentage point is 1,000 people. So we're working on ways to figure out when is the right time to send the email, when is it being read, who is reading it, and that's important. You don't want to send an email on a Friday night or a Saturday night because it's going to sit there. Especially take a look at the time sensitivity element of whatever you're sending. If you're sending something that is an impulse buy, then you want to send it hoping that it's going to be sold that day or the next day, and so you have to take a look when it's going to be opened. You don't want to send an email first thing Monday morning because people are arriving to work or opening up their email box after a weekend, and they may have 150 emails there and you get crushed. Probably the best time to send an email is Tuesday at around 9 a.m., 10 a.m. because they've cleaned out their box from Monday. They show up on Tuesday, and depending on the size of your list, our list of 100,000 doesn't all get sent at once because it's too big. So we know that if we schedule it for Tuesday morning at 7 a.m., it may take till 5 p.m. for everybody to get their email. But that is an important part. Play with that as to what time of the day, what day of the week that you send it. You may want to segment your list down so that it's important to get demographic information of the list. You may want to send only to women. You may only want to send to men. You may want to send a certain age group, a certain profession. And that's important because what's interesting to one class of people is not interesting to another class. I know that when I was asked to do this video, I went online myself just to familiarize myself with other people's 10 tips. I don't want to kill you with, I'm already yapping too long here, but I can tell you there's a lot of good people that have written information on email marketing. It's so critical that you find as many opportunities as you can to get people to sign up to be on your email list. And you're going to have people that defect, opt out. That's natural because people have a change in lifestyles, they move away, they may not find it to be compelling. You may want, when somebody opts out, to ask them why did they opt out. You can put that in the opt-out page to find out what is it that you're doing wrong. But don't, whatever you do, send an email that is fluff. Send something that is substantial. It's better to come out with an email once a month or twice a month that is going to compel people than to send them something that becomes an annoyance like a fly. Nice to be a part of this, and I'll talk to you soon. And there's my cell phone. Sorry about that. Bye.